I'm in no hurry for it to get warm. It makes those long, cold days a lot more palatable. It's just the yard, and then there's a plastic liner that we lay down. Can you push? I always swear I break a sweat just putting skates on.
It's fun with being out here together.
So we put it up probably second week in November.
Go!
And then we had the warm spell. You know, Gavin was just chomping at the bit to get out here.
You can just, right after school, get your gear on and then just come right out here and then just skate.
We try to get out here at least once or twice during the week, and then depending on how practice works on the weekends, we'll try to get out. It's a lot of work at the beginning to, you know, to get the yard ready and to get the boards put up.
Usually I just set up brackets.
It's all worth it because it's fun as a father and a son to get out there and you know, skate around. All the stories you hear is it starts like this.
All right, time for another Two in the Box. Jason Pominville, Zach Parisi here. This week we're going to find out how much, Zach, you indeed know about Jason Pominville. Jason was the only player to win a playoff series with an overtime.
I was only an answer that.
Can you keep going there?
That makes me want to puke.
Keep going, please. Like that.
It was an amazing, beautiful goal. Only player to win a playoff series with an overtime shorthanded goal.
Is that in the history of the league? Yeah.
In NHL history. Is that true or false?
That's so gross. It's seriously. I don't even want to answer the question.
I dug deep for these.
I know it's true, but I don't want it to be true. I can just see the goal in my head because he plays on his phone all the time on the bus.
Yeah, that's all we talk about.
So this comes up regularly, and it's true that's the only one in NHL history.
I think so.
That's what.
You do that for sure.
Of course, yeah, no problem. Jason was the captain of his high school baseball team.
There's no. I've seen him throw. There's no way he played baseball. No way.
Kidding me?
No, completely false.
I didn't play baseball.
Boy, you fought it good though. Like I thought I was wrong.
No, I didn't play baseball in high school. I was really good, but I didn't.
He's more of a single sport athlete.
Jason is fluent in 3 different languages.
No, it's false. Just.
Well, French counts for 2. It's so hard.
Oh, well, then I know 2 then also, I guess.
I thought you said you didn't know French.
Apparently I do.
Apparently he does.
False. I think it's only English and French.
That's right. You guys are making him look good though, giving me easy questions.
Hometown kid.
There's no discount here. There's no discount.
Good job. You won again.
We did it.
Great job.
We did it. We got it. We got it.
Finally, next year is here.
You go through OTs, you go through training camp, you go through all the situations for this.
We're less than 24 hours away from a Minnesota Monday night showdown as the Saints come marching in to US Bank Stadium.
This will be a good challenge for us, but we're definitely going to have to be on our game.
They've been working on stuff since April, like we've been working on stuff, so I expect to get their best shot.
Oh, the rookie has some room up the middle. You'll see a few new faces.
I would rather be nowhere else.
I've watched the NFL since I was a little kid, and I finally get to run out there, go out and do it.
And the return of a familiar one.
This game isn't about Adrian Peterson, it's about the Vikings and the Saints.
It was a great 10 years there, and just on to something new and better.
Our goal right now is to go out there and start the season off 1-0.
That Vikings season begins in less than 24 hours. But the Vikings Extra starts right now.
Xfinity presents Care 11 Vikings Extra.
I mean, every day you wake up living right across the street from the lake. It's always got a different mood. When growing up, you know, I'd go somewhere, it'd be like buying a little trinket here and there, and it always just ends up getting thrown away or thrown in a box. And photography was a way that I could kind of freeze some of those moments and kind of keep them there. Just kind of knowing more about life, I think, has, you know, given me a different outlook. When I was younger, I used to be kind of a hothead, and I used to let my emotions run on my sleeve a lot more, and I still have that aggression that's in there. But I've just found that what works best for me necessarily doesn't always work best for my teammates. When you got a taste of it, or if you just, you know, have that goal of making it there, until you get there, there's just like a little piece of you that won't let it go away. I feel like the piece is getting bigger as I get older, but yeah, just wanting to get there is still there. I mean, it's cliche, but it is like a game of inches, and if you're on the wrong side of it, which I have been a lot over the last, 5-6 years, where, I mean, we could have easily been, won 2 or 3 national or 4 national championships and didn't, and we're just ready to be on the other side of that inch.
Well, this weekend, members of the Blake School's varsity hockey team scrimmaged with players from Minnesota Special Hockey, an adapted ice hockey league. But this event is the idea of one very impressive young man. Photojournalist Brandon McCauley shows us how both teams benefit from one game.
Tyler, you ready to go?
Bennett loves hockey, and he's loved hockey since he was a little kid.
Go get him, Brett! I've played hockey since I was 4 years old, and it's kind of just what I've always known and what I've always done.
When he's a kid who's probably never read a book other than a sports book, it was sports, so to take that passion and translate it into giving to others is, a great thing.
Try and get Isaac a goal. He needs one. My mom had the idea in 7th grade of why not merge my team and a special hockey team to play together, and ever since then it's been a great success. Yeah! That way, Brett!
Bennett is the guy who wants to know the players. He wants to know everybody's name. He wants to be involved. He wants to know what they do, what they like outside of playing hockey.
Really?
He wants to be their friend. He is their friend.
That is awesome.
He doesn't want to just be there to be there.
Great work, buddy.
He wants to know our players and encourage them and know what's going on.
Their smile and their pure joy is unexplainable, and it really shows us how much they love the game. Yeah! Hey, that away, buddy.
He'll sit down and talk to somebody one-on-one that maybe they're struggling because they had a tough morning.
My younger sister has special needs. She has an undiagnosed developmental delay. She's an 8th grader at Minnetonka Middle School East. Ever since I was young, our family was pretty involved in the special needs community. Hey, that away.
You see this, you see Bennett part of that and his friends, and you think, no, we're okay. We're gonna be okay if kids like that continue to do things like this.
My sister's taught me so much and made me the person who I am, and because of that, I want to give back to the community that she's a part of. Hey, Isaac, you got an assist there.
When it's all said and done, you hope as a parent you instill, you want them to do well in school, and when you score a goal or get an A or whatever, that's great, but it's being a good person, which I think is most important. And when you watch not just Bennett, but all those kids out there today, I think you get a lot of proud parents in the stands thinking, this is really what life's about. The other stuff we know is important, but this is most important.
Hey, nice job, nice game.
On today's episode of International Football League Theater.
The Kings of the North believed to know their predestined fate, yet the Browns Clevelandshire held them off till late.
Lord Case of House Keenum was rocky at best, at least for the first half, till he found comfort in his nest.
The Purple Pride prevailed as Keenum found Thielen, then Jerick McKinnon began wheeling and dealing.
The sure-handed Knight Rudolph struck the final blow, and all that it took was the tapping of one toe.
The foot of Sir Forbath held true, while the father of QB Sachs busted right through.
On the eve of a bye week, to wipe the sweat from their brow, the Care 11 Vikings Extra starts right now.